your reigning defending Super Bowl champions, Philadelphia Eagles, lose to the Dallas Cowboys in J-Roll 24-21 in the second most embarrassing game this season, behind the Giants' loss. This game started out perfect. It was 21-0. Cowboys didn't know what to do. We were putting belt to ass on them, and then all of a sudden, the second half happened where, for some reason, this Eagles team cannot play 4 quarters of good offense. It's either you get a first half of great offense, and then the second half, we just forget how to play offensive football. It's really weird to me. I don't get it. I don't understand why we can't do the same thing we do in the first half and the second half. Or in some games, nothing happens in the first half and everything happens in the second. I cannot understand it. But the most frustrating part in this game, besides the defense letting up, was the penalties, man. 14 fucking penalties for the Eagles. Now, I don't care what anybody says. If you get 14 penalties on you, that's not on the refs at that point. If it was like 5 penalties in crucial moments, yeah, that's ref ball. 14 penalties, your team is just undisciplined on this day. And that's what happened, man. Like, Jalen Hurts would complete a pass to Devontae Smith, converting a third down, or getting a first down. All of a sudden, holding on the offense, you're going to take that back 10 yards, and all of a sudden it's second and long, or third and long. Like, so many penalties fucked us all game today. Not to mention, man, the fumbles. Saquon Barkley fumbling on their red zone was the most frustrating play of the entire game. Besides the Gibson fumble of the punt return, that was awful. But the Cowboys somehow, someway didn't convert on that. So that didn't matter as much as the Saquon Barkley fumble. We need to have a talk about Saquon Barkley, man. This dude is not the same as last year. I don't care if the O-line's hurt. I don't care what's going on, man. He was stumbling and jumbling after getting the ball. Like, it's just we need to have a talk about Saquon Barkley. Something is wrong with Saquon Barkley. I've been saying it for a couple games now. We need to check up on what is wrong with Saquon Barkley. Someone needs to tell us what is wrong with Saquon Barkley, because this guy is not the same. He's saying you're getting fumbles in the red zone in crucial moments, slipping and falling and not getting more than 5 yards. Something is wrong there. Besides that, George Pickens, man. The Steelers are a bunch of idiots for trading George Pickens for a 3rd round and a 7th round pick to the Cowboys. George Pickens destroyed this defense today. He was a monster. He's going to get first team All-Pro nods over his other partner, CeeDee Lamb. Hey, CeeDee Lamb, we got to talk to you, because I think CeeDee Lamb was trying out for the Eagles to get an Eagles jersey put on him, because this dude had 3 crucial drops again. CeeDee Lamb just drops the ball against the Eagles for some reason. He had like a drop to convert a 3rd down twice, and then he had a drop in the end zone where if we would have caught that shit, he would have been a touchdown. But yeah, man, the Cowboys came out here. They played. Their defense is way better. Honestly, our offense isn't a good litmus test to test out your defense, because in the first half, we were carving them up. A.J. Brown was finally getting the ball. I guess he can start bitching on Twitch, social media. He was getting the ball. He got a touchdown. Devontae Smith got a couple catches. You're not going to see him on social media bitching, complaining. But anyways, our first half offense was really good, and then the second half, it just disappeared. It just disappeared. And I think a big reason why is because we cannot establish a run game. If you noticed, the play calling, we started passing the ball a lot, and we had success with it. I'm not gonna lie, we had success with it, but it led to a lot of penalties as well. I mean, freaking holding on the offensive. This offensive line is shambles compared to last year. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if our offensive line is like bottom 10 rated, because it is just penalties after penalties, like just no gap assignments. Jalen Hurts is trying his best out there. He took 1 major bad sack, but that's all he took the whole day. I don't think Jalen played bad at all. I think he played good. It's just, again, man, this offensive line is awful, and Saquon Barkley's been awful. Not the same. This run game's been really bad. We needed to see more Tanks Bigsby out there, and for some reason we did. We didn't see Tanks Bigsby out there for some weird reason. I don't understand why. Like, where is Tanks Bigsby? Like, seriously, where is Tanks Bigsby? He is that explosive guy that can get you a first down with 8 yards of an explosive run. For some reason, they try to force Saquon the Rock, man, but something's wrong with this guy. I mean, it's a mess. They passed the ball a lot, which was the requirement against this Dallas defense. I still think this Dallas defense is just mid. I don't think they're as bad as early on in the year, but they're definitely not like great now. So yeah, man, we knew this Dallas offense was good. We knew this Dallas offense was explosive, and just the Eagles offense couldn't capitalize on some of these freaking drives. And eventually it was going to come to bite us where the offense needed to show up. They showed a stat on the screen. Apparently, until today, was the first time the Eagles have trailed in a game all the way back to week 6. So 6 weeks ago was the last time the Eagles trailed in a game. And of course, when your offense isn't really that great or potent, and no one respects your offense for the most part, and you have to be tasked to get a game-winning drive on offense, what happens. And eventually the offensive woes were going to catch up to you, and all it took was a good offense to take advantage of this defense who was getting banged up left and right. It is what it is, man. I mean, it's Zach Bond. You need to catch that pass for an interception, bro. It was gifted interception by Dak Prescott, and you dropped it, man. You dropped it. CeeDee Lamb tried to get us the win, but it wasn't enough. And now we got to play the fucking Bears on Friday, short week. That game is at home, though, and I think we will win that. But that game all of a sudden turns into a number 1 seed in the NFC game because the Bears barely eked out the Steelers, so they're 8-3. We're 8-3. We have to hope that the Bucks. This is being recorded before the Bucks-Rams game. We have to hope that the Bucks beat the Rams, because that way we can keep our number 1 seed status. If the Rams lose tonight, then we will hold the tiebreaker. But now we have to beat the Bears. I think we needed to win out the rest of the schedule. But yeah, going into this game, I was a little bit worried because we usually split with Dallas on the road. We have a hard time winning in Jerry World for some reason, but unless they're totally trash last year. But again, man, you had a 21-0 lead and you choked that shit away. I don't know how that's fucking possible, but you did it. Like, the fact that the offense did enough to win, I felt, and the defense George Pickens was fucking y'all up the entire game, man. A very frustrating loss, an embarrassing loss, since you let 21-0. You were embarrassing them. And I think heading towards the rest of the season, what needs to happen is this offense needs to be consistent. Pick a lane and stick to it, man. Be consistent, and you start to see that. They abandoned the run halfway through this game because they knew it wasn't working. They weren't wasting their time, and there was success with it. But this offensive line needs to get better, way better. I don't know how the fuck you fix that, but this is not the same offensive line from last year, and I think it's leading to a lot of the problems. I don't think the play calling was bad. We didn't see egregious things that we saw in previous weeks. I just think this offensive line needs to get better, and our offense needs to stay consistent, man. I am a little bit concerned for the Bears game because guys got banged up in this game, but it's a home game. We should win that game. Bears on the road aren't that great, really. When facing a good team, they just crumble on the road. So we will beat the Bears on a short week at home. It's just a matter of, man, this offense needs to be consistent. You need to be consistent for 2 quarters. You can't have this first half, second half bullshit. Especially on the road against a divisional rival. When you're having up 21-0, you cannot do the shit you've been doing the entire time. So yeah, the Eagles beat themselves. So far this year, they beat themselves against the Broncos and the Cowboys. The Giants game, that was just an absolute destruction. The Giants won that game outright. There was no, excuse pulling. They just won that game outright. But Again, the Eagles defeat themselves again, and that's kind of been the story the whole year. Like, if the Eagles are going to lose 9 times out of 10, it's because they beat themselves, and these penalties have to be cleaned up. You need to be more disciplined. I don't care if they were micromanaging you the entire game. These penalties were real. These holding calls were real. These pass interference, besides the ticky-tacky one on the end zone on CeeDee Lamb, were real. You can't have this going forward. I don't think we're going to have that many penalties in the next game. We need to beat the fucking Bears. We need to beat the Bears now. Before, like, maybe if we lost that game, it wasn't that bad. But now we need to beat the Bears. And honestly, the most games the Eagles can lose this year for a number 1 seed is the Bills game. 1. You get 1 more loss on the year. And then if you lose more than that, that's still number 1 seed gone. Based on how this NFC is looking. So just go out there, beat the Bears. And then have the Bills on the road as like the only game you could possibly lose for the rest of the year. I think if we do beat this Bears team, I think we got a stretch where it's like the Chargers, the Raiders, and the Commanders twice. Those are all going to be wins. I don't trust the Chargers. They suck. And the Raiders are the Raiders. The Raiders literally can't beat anybody, even if they tried. They couldn't even beat the Browns today with no quarterback. So, yeah, the Raiders are going to be a win. But, man, we need to clean things up on offense, man, or it's not going to look pretty. This Eagles team needs the number 1 seed. They're starving for the number 1 seed. It's bad.